Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, as your mind races through every possible problem that could arise tomorrow? Maybe it's a tough conversation you're dreading, an uncertain future, or a feeling that no matter how much you prepare, things might still go wrong. Worry sneaks in like an uninvited guest, whispering fears about what might happen, making you feel like you need to solve every issue before it even occurs. And the worst part, the more you think, the more tangled your mind becomes, like a knot tightening with every anxious thought. We've all been there, trapped in our own overthinking, trying to control the uncontrollable. But let me ask you this, has worrying ever truly helped? Has it ever changed the outcome? Or has it only drained your energy and stolen your peace? Imagine for a moment if you could let go. Imagine waking up in the morning and feeling light, free from the endless cycle of what-ifs. What if I told you that this kind of peace isn't just a fantasy? It's possible? Buddhism and Zen have long understood this struggle, and their wisdom offers a path to free ourselves from the mental chains of worry. Stay with me, because in this journey we'll explore why worry is an illusion and how you can finally reclaim the calm that has always been within you. Have you ever noticed how two people can experience the same situation but react in completely different ways? One person stays calm in the face of uncertainty, while another spirals into fear and anxiety. Why is that? Buddhism teaches us that suffering does not come from the external world. It comes from our attachment to how we want things to be. We don't suffer because of what happens. We suffer because we resist what happens. Worry, at its core, is this resistance. It's our mind grasping for control over an uncontrollable future. Think about the last time you were deeply worried about something. Maybe it was a job interview, an important decision, or even a conversation you were dreading. Your mind ran through every possible scenario, trying to predict the outcome. But did that process bring you peace? Or did it leave you feeling drained, anxious, and powerless? Buddhism reminds us that we are not our thoughts. Our mind generates fears and uncertainties, but they are just passing clouds in the vast sky of awareness. Clinging to worry is like trying to hold on to a cloud. It slips through our fingers, and yet we exhaust ourselves in the process. Zen teaches us to step back and observe these thoughts without getting caught in them. Imagine sitting by a river, watching the water flow. Each worry is like a leaf floating downstream. Instead of jumping in to grab it, you simply watch it pass. This is the essence of mindfulness, the ability to witness our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. When we stop resisting and simply allow life to unfold, something shifts. The tight grip of worry loosens, and we begin to see that everything, both joy and hardship, comes and goes, just like the breath. And in that realization, we find peace. There was once a Zen master who had a favorite teacup. It was delicate, beautifully crafted, and held sentimental value. He used it every day, savoring each sip of tea, knowing that one day the cup would inevitably break. One evening, as he sat in quiet meditation, a student rushed in, panicked and apologetic. In his haste, the student had knocked over the master's cup, shattering it into countless pieces on the floor. The student braced himself, expecting disappointment or anger. Instead, the master smiled gently and said, "Ah, finally, it has happened." The student was puzzled. "Master, you aren't upset?" The Zen master shook his head. "From the moment I first held this cup, I knew it would break. Every time I drank from it, I appreciated it fully, understanding that it was already gone. So when the moment came, I was not surprised. I was simply present with what is." The story is not just about a broken teacup. It's about life itself. Everything we hold dear will one day change, break, or fade away. Yet we spend so much time worrying about loss that we forget to enjoy what is right in front of us. Worry does not stop things from changing. It only steals our ability to appreciate them while they are here. What if we could approach life the way the Zen master did? What if, instead of fearing loss, we embraced every moment as if it were already gone, cherishing it fully without clinging? Because in the end, just like the teacup, everything we love is already broken, already changed, already in motion. And when we accept that truth, we don't lose joy. We gain a deeper, more profound appreciation for the present. Worry thrives on illusion. It convinces us that if we think about a problem long enough, we can somehow prevent it from happening. But can we? The truth is, worry changes nothing except our peace of mind. It doesn't stop life from unfolding. It only prevents us from living fully in the present. The lesson of the Zen master and his broken teacup is this: when we accept impermanence, we free ourselves from the suffering of attachment. Everything in life is already in motion, changing, shifting, evolving. We don't own moments, people, or outcomes. We only experience them. And when we understand this, we stop clinging. Imagine how different life would feel if, instead of fearing what might break, you cherished what was whole in this moment. If you knew that every experience, good or bad, was simply passing through like a river's current, would you hold on so tightly? Or would you let go, trusting that whatever comes next is exactly what is meant to be? Letting go does not mean we stop caring. It means we stop trying to control what we never could. It means we embrace the uncertainty of life with open arms rather than closed fists. And in that surrender, we find something unexpected: peace. The question is, are you ready to stop worrying and start truly living? So how do we begin to let go of worry? The answer is simpler than you might think. It starts with awareness. First, the next time you catch yourself worrying, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this happening right now? Or is it just my mind running in circles? Often you'll realize that your worry is about something that hasn't even happened yet, or may never happen at all. Second, try shifting your focus. Instead of imagining the worst, ask yourself, what is the best possible outcome? So often we become trapped in fear-based thinking, assuming that things will go wrong. But what if they don't? What if something beautiful is unfolding instead? You have the power to choose which story you tell yourself. Third, practice releasing control. Remind yourself, I cannot control everything, but I can control how I respond. Life is unpredictable, and that's okay. When you stop fighting uncertainty and start trusting the flow of life, you'll notice that much of your stress begins to dissolve on its own. Lastly, bring yourself back to the present. Worry pulls you into an imagined future, but peace is found in the here and now. Take a deep breath. Feel the ground beneath you. Notice the sensations in your body. This moment, right now, is all that truly exists. Letting go of worry isn't about forcing yourself to stop thinking. It's about choosing not to let those thoughts control you. And the more you practice, the freer you will feel. So, are you ready to let go? Now that we understand worry is an illusion, how do we truly let it go? The answer is practice. Letting go isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily habit, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. And just like any habit, it takes time to develop. Start with 5 minutes of mindfulness each morning. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. The goal isn't to stop your thoughts, but to observe them without attachment. When a worry arises, acknowledge it and then let it pass, like a cloud drifting across the sky. Try a simple mantra. I trust life. I trust myself. I let go. Say this to yourself whenever worry creeps in. Repeating it regularly reinforces the mindset of trust over fear. Another effective practice is writing down your worries at the end of each day. Once they're on paper, ask yourself, Is this something I can control? If yes, take action. If no, remind yourself that no amount of worrying will change the outcome. And finally, practice gratitude. Each night, list 3 things you are grateful for. Shifting your focus from what might go wrong to what is already good trains your mind to embrace the present rather than fear the future. You don't have to get it perfect. Some days worry will take hold, and that's okay. The key is to keep practicing. The more you do, the easier it becomes to let go. So why not start today? So now I turn to you. What is one worry that you are ready to let go of today? Have you ever tried to embrace uncertainty instead of fearing it? How did it change the way you felt? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's create a space where we can support each other on this journey of mindfulness and trust. And if this message resonated with you, consider subscribing to MindPath so you don't miss future videos on wisdom, mindfulness, and personal growth. Share this with someone who might need to hear it today. Remember, life unfolds as it must. Our task is not to control it, but to trust it. Thank you for walking this path with me. I'll see you in the next one.